You wanted to kidnap you.
That he will resign his position after the 2022 election.
I read the denials he made. Of course, if you read the denials, you will know he has accepted the allegation made. First of all, what was the allegation that was made? The allegation that was made was, first of all, when he was elected as chairman of our party, he went to one of the presidential aspirants, whom I did not name. He went to him and said, it looks like the governors are not willing to fund the party, and therefore of the need for them to have money. I did not mention whom that presidential aspirant was. Luckily for me, he had not mentioned that he went to the presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, the was for them, where they discussed the issue of borrowing. Now the question now remains, after the primaries, what was the position of Atiku Abubakar? He had always dialogued or discussed with the governors on the funding of the party, and the governors have always funded the party. Two, when you talk about borrowing, who approves borrowing? You must go to the National Working Committee to say you want to borrow money. I challenge him to bring the records of where National Working Committee approved that the party should go and borrow 1 billion naira. What will be the collateral? Clearly speaking, you can see that, and I want to challenge him, whether in his conscience that he did not collect 1 billion naira from Lagos, and whether in his conscience, as a man who believes in his integrity, that the issue has to do with borrowing, I want to clearly say to him that he collected 1 billion naira. And of course, when he said he went to presidential candidate and he was discussed, it's not correct. In fact, that was how the issue of 1 billion naira he collected came from. So he cannot deny the fact that he didn't go through commercial plane to Lagos, and then whoever he went to discuss the issue of borrowing did not go his own private jet. It's not correct. He collected 1 billion naira, and you see, this is what they call the hallmark of leadership. Be sincere. How can you talk about 1 billion naira loan without the NWC mooting the idea, without the governors knowing? Then he talked about the 100 million naira that he told BOT. It's not correct. If any governor gives you 100 million naira in order to contribute to rebuild one of the structures of the party as the Democratic Institute, let him show the minutes of the NWC where he said a governor has contributed 100 million naira. Let him show the account to reflect this 100 million naira. Let him also say whether that 100 million naira was Nigerian naira or in dollars. He said he gave it to the treasurer. I thought he would have told the world that he gave NWC, was aware. Then he now said, oh, he told BOT, one of the governors. Who tells you that? In fact, the normal thing is that when once any governor or any party person donates money to the party, you will go and tell the NWC, so person has donated money. Let him show all the account where this money was paid into. 2, I did also say that he did not tell NWC, and he collected 100 million naira back from NWC for the same Democratic Institute. That was the allegation I made. And I thought he would have responded by saying, yes, I received 100 million naira, but I never went back to NWC to collect the same 100 million naira. 2, I told NWC that the governor brought 100 million, it will be recorded in the minutes of NWC. So coming out to do a general denial is not a denial. You must deny specifically these allegations that were made. And he talked about, oh, this, ask him. The contracts are going on in this Democratic Institute and that of Wadata. Who is doing that contract? Is it not one of his sons? So it is, you see, that's the problem we have. As a party, we believe that Nigerians must trust us. We must show leadership. And part of leadership is integrity. You don't just come and deceive Nigerians that, oh, it's not correct. I didn't collect 1 billion. I went to presidential candidate. As at the time you went to the president, was he a presidential candidate? Was he a presidential candidate? This 1 billion naira, which for long he didn't want to deny. So they only told you how you are going to respond to it. Unfortunately, they would not respond to it. They would not respond. So let IU come out and tell us, tell the PDP people, tell the public, that look, this matter was discussed in NWC. I can show you the minutes of NWC. That look, we needed money to fund this party. We don't have money. As at the time before you came to the party, who are those funding the party? So the issue of NWC, the issue of the presidential candidate just came up now. This thing happened before the presidential convention, after he was elected as chairman of the party. We have in Nigeria about people who are given leadership role. In leadership, you must always be firm and assertive. You may be right, you may be wrong. Now, from what you have read as part of the resolution of the Board of Trustees, you can see people who are managing. It is like people who are hoodwinked. How could a man say, look, keep to your commitments? What are we talking about? The man made a commitment that if the presidential candidate emerges from my zone, I will resign. That is a commitment. And you are saying that people should keep to their commitment. Why not now tell the man, look, having made this commitment, keep to it. Then on the other leg, you come out to say, look, he should make a commitment that he will resign after the election. The first commitment he has made, he has not kept. And you are telling us to now say, I agree that, okay, this second commitment, he will abide to it. So it's leadership. I understand the problems. We have played our own role by saying we must continue to speak the truth. Because the party we believe we want to say to Nigerians is a party that must tell Nigerians simple truth. It's a party that Nigerians must believe in them. Because people talk about, oh, the present party in government has failed Nigerians. But why do we say so? We say so because one of the reasons is that you tell us one thing, you do a different thing. And then we are now coming to tell Nigerians, look, believe us. Anything we tell you, we'll do it. And we believe that this is the point to show Nigerians that, look, you must know, we're already not in power, but we're implementing anything we have said. And that is the hallmark of everything. So for me, BOT, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for our own, at that level, of people who have attained positions of authority in Nigeria will say this, keep to your commitments. Anything you say, make sure you fulfill it. Then on another breath, you say, look, give us commitment that after the election in 2023, you resign. One now asks you, what is this so important thing that a man who has made a commitment cannot keep to it now? And you urge us as party members to say after the election, he will not keep to the committee. That's even the worst of it. That's even, of course, I'm not surprised when you see people like Okosile Zewedo. You remember in 2011 that the PDP convention was to be scuttled. Who was the national chairman of the party that was used to scuttle the convention of the Goodluck Jonathan? So who appointed the board of trustees for this committee, national chairman? National chairman who was accused for something was also sitting down there while they were deliberating his issue. So what do you expect? So you can imagine that we are not serious in anything that we are doing. I will not tell you lies. When that video was sent to me, I played it and played it and played it. I was really touched. And I said to myself, can this be correct? Can this be true? We are talking about the unity of Nigeria. I don't believe my candidate, which of course my candidate for the People's Democratic Party, could make such statement. But assuming he did make that statement, and this is one of the things we have been saying, is that this country needs to be united. And part of the way you unite this country is to include everybody. And that has now confirmed to me one of the reasons why nobody wants us to, those of them in their camp do not want IU to resign because they don't want inclusivity. I don't know how those who are packaging the presidential candidate would allow him to make such a statement. I was just reading where somebody was trying to explain that it was a direct question that he was asked. Be it as it may, I don't think that was necessary at this time, as people who are going in for election, people who want Nigeria to trust them, that would allow such a statement to be made. If it was made, as they said it, I think as a party, we need to apologize to Nigeria. Assuming it was made, but people are denying that it was not made, but you watched the video, and you saw that he spoke. But some people can say, oh, you know, with the recent technology, anything can be done, but that requires further explanation by our own party. Because Nigeria, as it is today, we can't go this way if we want this country to remain as the way our founding fathers struggled, labored, and toiled all the night to see there's a country called Nigeria. Thank you. Is he your friend?